Here we're going to look at topic 68, example 5, where we relate systems of equations and matrices. So an algebra teacher creates the matrix, and now we have the matrix shown to describe an exam where X represents the number of 2-point questions and Y shows the number of 5-point questions. Part A, write the corresponding system of equations. What does each equation represent? Okay, so if we have the augmented matrix 1, 2, 1, 5, and 1950. Remember that we can rewrite this. These are my x values. This is an equal sign, and these are my constants. So what it tells me is that this is the same as x plus y equals 19, and 2x plus 5y is equal to 50. Let's clean up that 50. All right, that's pretty straightforward. That's pretty easy, right? So we wrote the corresponding system of equations. Now, what does each equation represent? So this first equation, x plus y equals 19. Remember, x represents the number of 2-point questions and y shows the number of 5-point questions. So this tells me that there are 19, can't spell today, 19 questions on the exam. Because x is the number of 2-point questions, y is the number of 5-point questions. I have x 2 points and 5 y points, so that means there's a total of 19 of them. There are 19 questions on the exam. This second equation, what this tells me is this is going to determine the number of points. So like 2x, because it's 2-point questions, whatever x is, say it's 10, 2 times 10 would mean it was worth 20 points total. 5 times y would be 5 points times the number of y questions. So what this tells me is that the exam is worth 50 points. So all of the points totaled up, if I multiply the point values 2 and 5 times the number of questions x and y, I would total that up to 50. So the exam is worth 50 points. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Shouldn't be too much difficulty there in interpreting that. In part B, they're asking us, what does the matrix, and they give us some numbers here, mean in terms of this context? So this is in relation to question part A. We're still talking about this algebra teacher creating the matrix. So if we look at this augmented matrix, if we were to rewrite this as an equation, this is 1x plus 0y equals 15, and 0x plus 1y is equal to 4. So if I keep kind of cleaning that up, that tells me that x is equal to 15 and y is equal to 4. All right, so if we know what x is the number of 2-point questions and y is the number of 5-point questions, then this is telling me how many questions there are. So this means that there are 15 2-point questions. And this piece here means that there are 4 5-point questions. And if I wanted to check that, I could plug that back into the original equations or the original matrices, and everything should check out. You wind up with, this is a total of 30 points, this is a total of 20 points, and that does give me my 50-point exam. So that checks out. It's really all we're looking for here. They just want to know what that matrix represents. And in the next section, you're going to see how this becomes quite important and how we start using matrices to solve equations, to solve for specific variables, in this case, x and y. So you'll learn how to go, without using an equation, you will learn how to go from this augmented matrix to this one, so that you wind up solving for x and y. And even if there were 3 variables, if there's x, y, and z, we'll learn how to go from an original augmented matrix to find our solutions to each variable. All right. That is it for that one, and that is it for this section. So you can try the try it problems, and should be good.